What is going on YouTube? Dr. Wade here. This is probably part 4 of the series. This is about building, okay? Specifically building up and upgrading your structures in your city. And this starts to tie into building power. This isn't a building power per se, but by virtue of you upgrading your buildings, you're going to get power out of this. Just to give you a general thing, you can get power through commanders, through building, through tech, and through troops. Okay, so this is one piece of the 4-piece puzzle to gaining power. Okay, so these are just ground level things. The first thing is like you want to get to city hall, upgraded as quickly as you can, right? And you can use speed ups on everything, but that's not very advantageous because you're going to run out of speed ups. And there are certain things that are better to speed up than others. Okay. So, in my opinion, they give you quite, if you're like doing like smashing the game like 100% during the first 2 weeks, you get a lot of speed ups. If you buy a couple of those packs, you get a lot of speed ups, and below City Hall, I would say 17. It doesn't really take that much speed ups in my opinion to get to 16. So in 17 is like, that's a little. It starts to speed up after 17, and then it's really only bad in my opinion. Let me see if I can give you something that has a time to it. Um, does Tavern have time? No, I have to wait. So like, for example, this is a 13. This takes 20 hours. My next hospital, 11 hours. That's not too bad. I'm trying to find one where it's like a good chunk of time. Yeah, this one's one day, right? Some of these, bigger buildings, it's like this was like 2 days. This one right here is like 2 days. City Hall is probably gonna be like at least 10 days or 6 days or some shit like that, right? So what I would do, this is what I would do. So I'm not getting to the point for this video. It's a lot to it. There's an order that I would upgrade stuff. When you get a new city hall level, you're going to have requirements. Right now, I just have the wall, but my other requirement was to get to academy level 20. But I always upgrade my academy as soon as my city hall is done. That's literally the first thing I do. The reason why I do that is because I can not unlock new technology. So, like, let's say you didn't do that and you waited, you might run into a situation where you got all this technology done and you're not really progressing as fast as you could be. So you got to get, for example, City Hall 21, Academy 21 to get this. So let's say I get to 21, right? I get to 21, say City Hall, but then I don't do the Academy until like at the end. Well, then like I could have this going already, and this gives you a lot of power. And then you want T4 troops, right? Because then now that's going into how much troop power you're gaining, right? So I always do the academy for that reason, and I always speed up the academy, always, because while it's upgrading, you're not doing research, so your speed ups are doing double fucking duty, literally double duty, because you're speeding up the building to get that building done, and then on top of that, you're getting to your research faster. No reason not to. Now, this is kind of questionable in the early game. But no, I'm still early game. The early game, like below City Hall 16, I don't know if the Alliance Center is worth leveling up every time at the lower levels, but definitely now. Because 1% of the Alliance Center, right, getting that extra help, because each help that I get from this Alliance Center can give me 1% reduction on my building. So if I have my city hall takes 5 days, like 1% of that is like hours, right? So if you're thinking about the value you're getting by upgrading your alliance center for all of your buildings over the course of the time, I don't know how many hours you'll save. It's definitely worth leveling up your alliance center. So like I just hit 20. right? The academy's done. I sped that up. That's why it's 20. Then I'm working on the Alliance Center. Boom, right? So then you always have this thing where the wall is always a requirement to the next level. So in order to upgrade your wall, you need the tavern. Upgrade the tavern, you need the quarry, right? So I always do the quarry next because I don't want to have a situation where, like, I'm waiting. Like, usually you're going to be waiting on the wall in general, right? I don't want a situation where, like, I'm doing other stuff and I'm neglecting to get that wall because then I'm going to be waiting longer to get to the next city hall. So Corey, right after the Corey Tavern, to upgrading a wall, right, Corey. Okay. Then you always have the secondary requirement. My secondary requirement for this city hall just happened to be the academy. That's usually what it's like when you're about to unlock the next tier of troops, right? You unlock tier 1 at City Hall 21, Academy 21, right? So with that being said, like, what I would do is do that requirement. You know, you do the academy, you do the Alliance Center, right? Um, then you do the quarry, then you do the secondary requirement, whatever that is. Let's say it was, I don't know, you had to get the storehouse up, right? I know that one's coming pretty soon here. Okay, so then let's say you did all of that, right? And then you got to now you're about to upgrade your city hall. Upgrade it, right? And then I don't speeding up the city hall. Okay, fine, you get to the next city hall faster, but unless it's like to unlock, a build queue or something like that, or if I'll level up the city hall anytime that there's a building event, but I won't actually level up the city hall because I don't think it gives you that much benefit to speed it up like the academy does. Like, doing the city hall doesn't, like, give you double duty, and then not speeding up the city hall will give you an opportunity to catch up on some of your other buildings. So in order to upgrade the troop buildings, you have to have the equivalent of the different resource buildings. So for the barracks can only be as high as the farm. The lumber mill can only be as high as the archery can only be as high as the lumber mill. The stable can only be as high as the quarry. So the stable really isn't a problem because that's going to always be up to date, right? Gold is for the trade post, and you got to do that for 13. So 13 is a really annoying. City Hall, it slows down on 13 but speeds back up 14, 15, and 16. Uh, So then you really want to try to, when the city hall's upgrading, catch up on these other buildings, like especially the lumber mill, especially the farm. I try to keep those updated, as well, as much as I can within reason, right? So then what happens is, like, every once in a while you're gonna have to upgrade the hospital, which is gonna require you to upgrade one of these buildings, and then so for example, for 16, Hospital 16, that was a requirement when I was trying to go to 17. And I had to get a barracks 16, but then I also needed a farm 16. So you can see why it could be advantageous to keep those farms and lumber mills up, while you're doing the city hall. Because city hall takes forever. The lumber mill and shit like that doesn't take nearly as long, right? And then, like, you can just speed up the city hall when it's a good time, when there's an event that happens, because the city hall is gonna be upgrading for days, right? At this point, so you just can speed it up during the event if you choose to. If you choose to participate in that particular event, I still think it's still more effective, right, to use it on the academy, and then also the troop buildings for the same reason. You can't train troops while this is going. So literally, I already know for City Hall 20 for 21 going to 22, I need to get a hospital to 21. In order to get the hospital to 21, I need a 21 archery range, and then I need a 21 lumber mill. So I'm literally getting a lumber mill to, we get the lumber mill to 21, 20, right? Upgrade up to City Hall, eventually get to 21. then I'm literally going to use speed ups to get my archery range from 12 to 21. I kid you fucking not, because I don't want downtime on training troops. Now, let's say you ran out of speed ups, right? Let's say you can only get it to 17. Okay, that's fine. Start training troops again and then just wait a little while, right? So you get more speed ups and then do it again, right? Because you really don't want to lose out on training troops for days. That's not good. It's just not, right? That hurts you big time. So I think it's sometimes better to, you know, like think ahead and like already know that you're gonna have to do that. So save your speed ups. Like again, that the only thing I ever speed up, like I rushed the City Hall 16 because I spent money, right, to allow myself to do that. But after that, the only things I've ever sped up since 16 have been the academy, these troop buildings, right? These troop buildings, and then occasionally, if it's an event, like for example, I sped up to 20 because there's literally an event about gaining power, right? I wanted the 10 stars, and then like I wasn't even trying to like get up here, but I'm number 29. Like, okay, whatever. I wasn't really trying to do that. I just wanted the stars, right? That's fine to do that because you're getting rewarded for using speed up. You never want to be in a situation where you're speeding something up and you're not getting rewarded for doing so when you could be if you just waited. Okay, so literally I try to save speed ups and I might run out, right? I might run out of speed ups. Definitely gonna run out of those trying to speed up the damn archery thing. But then I have like all of these speed ups here that I can utilize, right? I think that's worth it, honestly. Because then it doesn't hurt my troop training and I'm still gaining power in my, it's like having double speed ups because it's like, okay, now I'm getting to training my troops faster as well. Okay, so now I want to talk about when you, especially, this is especially the case once you get to where I'm at, and this is also the case if you're going to do the thing that I'm doing where you speed up this to like all the way to like 21 or 16 or whatever level you're gonna have to get it to, you should go get a rune buff for building speed. You can get the rune of leadership, and I forget what the other one's called. That's just build speed, right? You want to get some increased building speed. It would be nice for you to get the VIP 10 too, but I'm not gonna lie, my wife is gonna kill me. She almost killed me yesterday when I got to VIP 10, because it costs a grip. You need some money for that VIP 10, baby. And I would say I'm a medium spender, but now it's getting to the point where I'm still a medium spender, but it's like I'm not medium low anymore. I'm like literally just medium. So hopefully I don't increase my spending too much. Doesn't neither here nor there. Get the room buff, right, with our clan specifically, because this is about us, right? We do these guardians. Let's see if anybody's done these. Okay, these are still okay. I know we're doing them at 19 UTC, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so let's see if they've done. Okay, let's see if they've done these ones. Nope, they're doing the event. So normally these things drop buffs, right? It'll be like percentage, build speed, and that matters because if you speed something up, all these times it takes a long time. So what you actually do, the strategy is you speed it up, right, and then you wait for max health. You get the max health, but let me show you how much the health cuts down. Look, 9 hours, 4.5 hours, almost 7 hours, right? That I'm saving of time. And then once you get max health, then you speed up. And that's kind of why I go for the Alliance Center, is because you get all that health, right? And then you speed it up. So you got your VIP and then your technology to speed up the building, right? I got civilization as well, and then this goes into the technology, and I won't get into this in this video, but the next video I will, because the next video is about tech, right? You speed up you get the max help and then you speed up. Then you upgrade again, get max help, then you speed up. Right? So it really does pay to be in a bigger alliance that's way more active. It will save you literally hella speed ups. And that's pretty much where the majority of the building comes from. Like maybe I don't have the best method. Maybe it's different depending on how much you spend. But I think that this is I think it's very effective to do it the way that I'm doing it. Okay, maybe you might not get to tier 4 as fast because you're not speeding up the city hall every time. Like you're only doing it when it rewards you to do so. But I still think this is definitely the play because I'm not even done because of how I do my research. I want to make sure that I get my mathematics. I'm not talking about tech. This is about building. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully this helps the alliance out a lot. I'll see you in the next one. Part 5, I believe. Tech. T4 troops. All that great bullshit. Master Governor status.